Hello, Pamela here with Passionate About Scrapbooking, your Stampin' Up demonstrator in the Texas Hill Country in Fredericksburg, Texas. Welcome to tonight's Restoring Joy Through Scrapbooking. It's 6 p.m. here in the Texas Hill Country on Thursday, November 6th. And just 2 days ago, November 4th, we had some new products go live, which were the November 2025 online exclusives. And I am going to be sharing one of those new suite collections with you over the next couple of weeks on Thursday evenings as we create with I still don't know the names yet, Hobby Haven Suite Collection. Hey, Deborah, how are you? Thanks. I didn't have time to straighten it today, and it's kind of crazy, but I'm going for it. It just looks really white right now. It's like, wow. It didn't look that white yesterday, I don't think, when I straightened it. Oh, so how are you? Say hello if you're hopping on, and let me know where you're viewing from. I would love a thumbs up. Let me know that you're hearing me okay. And be sure to follow or subscribe. I'm only live tonight on YouTube and Facebook. I've decided not to do Instagram right now because I can't figure out how to do the landscape mode. So it kind of defeats the purpose, other than getting people to come over, I guess, to YouTube. So let's see, get my hair out of my face. Hello, Jennifer. How are you? Jennifer's a new teammate, new Stampin' Up demonstrator. She took advantage of the special in October, and she's creating some beautiful, beautiful scrapbook pages. And she said she might make a card. I haven't seen it yet. Hello from Alabama. Not sure. What's your first name? All right. So I have a lot prepped tonight. We'll have to do a little bit of stamping and die cutting, I think. But I'm excited for this new collection, the Hobby Haven. So if you have like any spa photos or you love to read books, into crafts, particularly like sewing type crafts maybe, but I think I'm going to still use the DSP for my scrapbooking because we do a lot of those things. Thank you, April. I think I kind of knew that in my mind, but I wasn't sure. I don't know why. So I cut my hair again tonight. I'm trying to get some length off of it, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get any more length. I'm going to probably have to go see my hairstylist to get her to do that. But so I've got kind of some crazy hair going on tonight. I just blow dried it. I didn't try to straighten it or do the rolling brush or anything. So I see a big A by instead of your photo, there's an A. So that makes sense. Yay! Jennifer made her first card today. I can't wait to see it. Okay, so again, if you're hopping on, let me know where you're viewing from, how you're doing, what's going on, what you've been making, all the fun stuff. And I'm going to go ahead, I think, and switch over to my desk so I can show you the new November online exclusive flyer that I have. So here we go. See if this works. There we go. And there I am with really short hair. I'd cut it like super, super short back in 2018 and tried to go gray then, but I didn't really like it. So I think I was still gray here, but it was only like to my ears maybe. It hadn't grown a lot, so I have a lot of hair, especially when it gets long. So here is the November 2025 online exclusive product list. You can only find it online. We do have a flyer, and I'd be happy to email this to you. If you want to join my email list, I'll be sending out an email on Saturday for that, and I'll include a link to this PDF. But I'll just kind of run through here real quick and show you. You can't see it real good, but there's the new Brushed with Beauty Suite collection. It's a big suite. It has 2 bundles in it, plus the designer series paper, the dots, the Pearls of Beauty dots. There's beautiful pattern embossing folder. I've used that quite a bit already. And there's also vellum in this suite if you buy the whole entire suite. But you can, of course, buy the vellum. I think you get about 10 sheets. You can buy it separately. And then here is the one I'll be using tonight, the Hobby Haven Suite collection. I have the dies, but I don't have the stamp set. So I'm going to be incorporating some different stamps. But it's got some really cute designer series paper, some more dots, some ribbon, and you'll get close-up picture of that or get to see the product up close here in just a minute. Then there's a new bundle that has a new punch in it with some little banners in there. This is a cute stamp set I might use tonight, but I'm not sure I'm going to go that far. Then just some extra bundles. I won't spend a lot of time on these, just so you can kind of peek and get an idea of what we have. I made a card with this awesome Cake Day bundle. It's very interesting, has lots of dies included, and we'll even make like a card that's just the cake. So it opens up. You don't have to put it on a card base. Hey, Tracy, how are you? She's viewing from Melbourne, Australia, over on Facebook. Thank you so much. And then we have, we'll go this way. Oops, I don't know if I'm going the right way. Those are some of the bundles that are in the suites. I think it just kind of, some of them are repetitive. That's what it's doing because they're showing stamps separately and dies. Here's something new. All of it's new. I'm kind of looking to see if there's this lasting linen stamp set is cool. You can stamp it over your designer series paper, which I've already done once, and make sure designer series paper look like linen. There's some Whisper of Texture specialty paper. It's 12 by 12 and it's beautiful too. Then there's some lovely doilies that you could probably use these for Christmas, like a country Christmas maybe, but they're specifically, I think, more geared toward the Valentine's holiday. But there are some more Valentine products that will be coming available in January. And I think I've talked about all the rest of this. And then we have stamp and die organizers because our stamp cases have changed. And I'll go over that just a tiny bit while I'm creating tonight. All right. Hello, Leanne. I had to scroll up to see your comment from Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. Thank you for sharing. And thank you for joining me tonight. All right. So I'm going to move some things around here. See. And then I'm going to show you some of the designer series paper. I can't show you. Yeah, I can. One second. This one, because I cut the middle out. So I think I might I'm going to be careful because the very last page of this are punch outs. So I'm going to leave that in there and I'll show you some of those. So you get 2 sheets of these punch outs. I've already punched out 1 sheet. And you can see all the different hobbies that you could scrapbook. Like maybe you love gardening, you love plants. So they have some designer series paper all about plants. There's the spa day, book day, and craft day, and I think even coffee day or something like that. So let's look and see. We've got, this is what we're using today. So I'm doing a scrapbook layout about a spa day I had, and can see the back. This one, I'm not so crazy about. So haven't used that yet, but it does come in 12 by 12, but I've already cut mine apart. Books in this darling, you could fussy cut these images out if you wanted to make clusters. I've already seen some really cute artwork with that. This is the back of it. So some fun. This would have been really good for the spa day too, but I went with a different color scheme. And then we've got cooking. That's what it was. I couldn't remember this. I'll definitely be using this one because I love to cook. I have photos of all my food, and there's just lots of different ways to go to use this, I think. And there's the back of it. I'm using a little bit of this tonight. And then here are the plants and kind of maybe like quiet time. I could see creating a scrapbook layout, kind of focusing on your quiet time with the Lord, or if you're just a book reader, this would go real wonderful with that too. I'm going to be using some of the back of this too, which is petal pink. And then there's the crafting, mostly sewing fabric, but I've done stitching on my layouts. I've sewn on my layouts. We use scissors, yarn. I'm looking at some of the different paint maybe. So I think this could be geared toward just about anything. There you've got like sewing patterns, but if you have someone in the family or if if you sew and make stuff, this is going to be a really great page you could do. There's the back of that one. I love that paper too. And I think that's it. So I guess the gardening that I was thinking about was this one with the chairs in it. All right. So that's the designer series paper. You get 2 sheets of each, and then you get 2 sheets of these punch outs, which I love. They're going to be fun. But if you needed some additional elements, you could fussy cut some of these images out too. Maybe take one of the sheets and fussy cut out all the pieces while you're sitting and watching TV. So that's a thought or an idea. Let's see what else I got here. One second. I guess that's it because I've got everything else here on the table. So this suite comes with the garden green and white chevron ribbon. I might see if I can incorporate that in here tonight. I didn't even, look to try to see if I was straight before I went live. I just threw all my stuff up here. That's kind of funny. I made a mess already too. One second. I'm going to get all this back in here. I don't know if I threw letters on the floor or not, but I guess we'll find out when I go to make them. Hopefully I don't have to. There we go. Okay, so let me work on getting everything straight real quick. I'll go this way and maybe have to zoom out a little bit. Let's see. That's pretty. Go up this way a little bit, and I might push my stuff over just a smidge. Okay, I think that's probably going to be pretty good. we'll make that work. All right, so there's all my elements. I've got some of the punch outs in here. I focused on the foliage. There's this cute punch out of some of the lotions and maybe essential oils that you would have at a spa if you were doing a massage. And there's a couple of other different type of elements. We'll see if we can incorporate those into some of our design. So I'll set that right over there. Oh, my back is hurting me today. And these are the Earthy Matte Dots. So let me pull those out. There's really not that much blue. There's a little bit of blue, but that's Secret Sea in here. So I'll probably focus more on, I think this is supposed to be Cajun Craze, but it looks a little more red. So I might stick with these right here, the Pecan Pie and Early Espresso. We'll just see. As it comes together, we'll see what looks good. And I also grabbed, just in case, these are the Deer Dots. They have the Petal Pink that would work. And you could even use this with the collection, just not this page. Garden Green would work too, because there is Garden Green in here. I think there's red up in there too. So either, but, oops, there's some more letters. I'm probably gonna not have all the letters I need. I may have to turn on the big light. Oh, I do see letters on the floor. Give me 1 second. I guess I tapped something and everything kind of popped out and popped around. Okay, I grabbed some other stamps. This is our new packaging. Now, I've heard good things and bad things from people. Oh, good deal, Tracy. But I'm excited about these. I'm still, though, figuring out the best way to use them or modify them. I love them because these are similar to what Close to My Heart had, and just the sizing is different. Now, I totally wish they had done 6x6 like Close to My Heart, but they're at like 5 5/8 inches wide, and then 9 and up to 9. Okay, so I'm considering going to see my daughter tomorrow in San Marcos and running up to Round Rock to IKEA and taking one of these and seeing if I can find a tote that I can put them in. So I will show you a couple of different ways tonight that I've modified them. I followed someone else's recommendation, and one I ended up not liking, and it was with this one. And I might have done my linen stamp like that too. And then with the dies, right now I'm keeping them separate, but you could possibly put them together. They would definitely fit, but I have chosen to slide the little lip right there, the flap, down over the front of the label, and then I can just pull these out real easy like this. And I have moved them over to some magnetic sheets. So, and then these I don't think I've done yet at all. And this one, I guess I did do it too, because I have used this one. All right, so you'll see a little bit more about that as we move along. Let me see, I think I have a cat that wants to go outside. It's better for him to go outside and for me not to have to hear him meowing. All right, so let's get busy. I've got 2 4x6 photos here, very similar. One's at the spa, one's at the pool. That was part of my spa day. So Jeff and I went to Las Vegas back in May of 2019, and his company, his boss, put us up at the JW Marriott Resort and Spa, and I don't remember the place of it. I might have a photo I printed. I didn't get over here yet, but there I am at the spa. Took a selfie, then I took a picture. There's the showers and whatnot. And then there was I guess it was a hot tub. I don't really even remember. I think that's what it was over here, but I just sat and relaxed for a little while. Um, And honestly, I don't even remember. I guess I got a massage. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I think I'm starting to remember vaguely as I think about it. And then I went out here for a little while, spent a couple hours at the spa. So this was a big treat for me because I don't normally do that. Jeff was at work. So he works here in Fredericksburg, but his company also has a place in Las Vegas too. That's where they originated. So he goes up there because he works IT, and he goes up there on occasion, not very often, and works on some of their IT stuff. So then after my spa day, I know I went back to the room and showered and cleaned up a little bit. And then I went out to the pool and I had lunch, and I didn't have these this day. This picture is actually when Jeff and I were at the pool together, but I just wanted a pretty picture of some pretty yummy drinks, some margaritas. And I'm going to use a 3x4 flip flap with I thought I had my journaling, but maybe I think I had to print it off again because I cut it wrong. So let me look over here what I have at my printer. Yeah. And there's my other photo. So let's prep this real quick. So the Zen Walk pool, wedding, gazebo, spa. It was at the JW Marriott Los Angeles Resort and Spa at Summerlin. So I wanted to include this as well. So I printed at 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So I'll have a little bit of a white border, so I can go right here at 5 inches and cut, kind of show you how I do this. And then I'm going to go this way first. I want it to be 4 inches. I was going to change my blade, and I got a blade, but okay, I think this is it. I was like, I thought I pulled one out, and then I couldn't figure out what I did with it because this one is not cutting very well. So hold, please. There we go. Now I'm going to do this at 3.5. Oh, cuts so much better. And then at 3. So that's how I get that little border around there. Then I have this piece, and let's see if I centered it properly or not. If I cut it at 3.5, am I going to, not 3, I'll cut it at 3, not 3.5. So this was a 4x6 piece of white willow that I just did my journaling on. And I think I'm going to leave it just like this. I thought about cutting it down a little bit and putting a mat, and I might, but I'm not sure. Probably not. I'm keeping it pretty clean and simple just for the feel of the spa day. But like, this is my flip flap. Is there anybody that doesn't know what a flip flap is? Let me know. Kind of looking, trying to see if, there we go. Give me 1 second so I can see everybody's comments. I may have to move this around a little bit. There we go. Hey, Lindsay, how are you? Hope you're doing well. I know you have your hands full. All right, so a flip flap is a page protector. We have them in 3x4, 4x6s, 4x4s, and there might be another size, but I can't remember. Maybe it's just those 3. So these were originally Close to My Heart products, and they came over when we transitioned over to Stampin' Up, which I'm thrilled about because we all loved our flip flaps. So you can add additional photos to your page. And what I'm going to do is, I think, put my journaling on the outside. So you can kind of explain what my page is going to be about. And then I'm going to put these two photos in here, but it's going to flip up like this. So I'm going to put my photo that goes inside, upside down-ish. I just kind of push it up in there so that when it flips up, you see that correctly. And then this one will be underneath it. So I'll show you here in just a little bit how that goes on if you're not familiar with them. So let's go ahead and start building our page. You can see how rough my blade was. So I could take like a file or a whatever. I don't know that these are really called files, but they're used for your nails, and kind of tuck it back behind there to clean that up a little bit. I'll do that on each one, but let's get our designer series paper down. So this is the one that wasn't crazy about the background. So I'm going to use the front as a border, and I cut out a 10-inch piece. So I've got a 1-inch border all the way around, but it's going to be reduced down to a 3/4 inch border just on 3 sides once we get the page done. So let's put a removable glue dot in 2 corners. Make sure your images are facing the proper way. And I'm going to line it up here on my Versamat. Now you can see this is a close to my heart product. I love my Versamats, but you can find these kind of mats online and at Walmart, I believe. So we'll do that on both of these. We'll just build up our pages. You don't really need two, just really need one. And yes. Since this paper is kind of busy, there's a lot going on here. You could use it like as a border strip, side, top, bottom, middle, possibly lots of different layouts you could, if you found some different sketches. But I wanted to do something a little bit different today. So I am going to position this one here and then layer some white on top. Now I could cut this out, but I'm not going to, just to give it a little bit of sturdiness. So I cut this piece at 11 1/4 by 10 1/2. So if you want to take some notes, now would be a good time to do that. 11 1/4 by 10 1/2. And I can really only need to put tape along the edges. So none in the middle, since I don't have any paper right here. This is Cajun Craze 2-tone cardstock. I might have gotten too far away right there, but if you happen to do that and it's sticky, then you can always go back and put a little baby powder using your, what do you call it? Anti-static pouch, whatever the powder is in there, talc powder. All right, so we've got 3/4 inch going all the way around, 3 sides, and then this one is going to go right here. It's going to have a 1/4 inch all the way around. So I can put glue even in the middle on this one since I have the Cajun Craze here. So now I'm not following a particular sketch that I'm aware of. I'm going to clean that up just a little bit before I lay it down. But it reminds me a lot of Allison Davis's style in it. So it may be kind of where I got the idea from. Honestly, I don't remember. All right, so it's just the same thing on this side. Just keep your adhesive along the edge. I think Jeff is home. I'm not even sure. I'm gonna look. I thought he had praise band practice tonight, but apparently he doesn't until December. So let me. Oh, there he is. If you want to play your drums, that's fine. You won't be able to hear it with these. I don't think it'll bother me as long as you shut the door. All right. So again, I'm just going to clean that up a little bit. So I don't know if y'all have seen some of my stories, but Jeff's got his drum set up and practicing here at home. And it doesn't really even bother me. Now we'll see what happens when he starts playing and I'm trying to do this, but I can always put in my other AirPod and I probably won't even hear him. And I'm pretty sure y'all won't either. So, okay, so let's see. Trying to remember kind of what I was going to do. All right, we're going to go ahead and bring in my photos. So this is later in the afternoon, so I'm going to put this one. I'm kind of putting the photos. I can't remember now. I think I did it this way. From beginning of the day to later in the day. So this was at the spa. I'll have to just kind of decide where I want to put them exactly. And so there's the spa, there's me, there's that picture. I just thought this was fun, the transition. And then should I do, I originally had it, I think I'm going to cover up the drinks. Since I'm talking about myself, I decided to grab this photo. I probably got a drink when I got the my lunch. I don't remember. I didn't take a picture of it if I did, but we went down to the pool 2 different times and got drinks. So I was like, yeah, people probably think I got both of those for me, but I really didn't. Oh well. All right, now I'm gonna do something kind of like this. I'm gonna have my title. I think I'm gonna push everything up a little bit. Wonder how high. Probably about there. I'll probably put this at the 4 inches. So let's just kind of see how it looks. Because my title is going to kind of go across the page. And I think this will give, let me see. That's about 2.5 inches. And then that is almost. So how about we do, I'll leave it at the 4. Okay. So I debated about, first I thought I would do like some dovetails on here, but I'm kind of thinking I'm just going to leave it blocked like this time. So this would be, I can't wait to make my cooking page. So I mentioned at the beginning of the live that my plan is to use this collection for the month of November. And I'll be documenting different things about me. It could kind of be things I'm grateful for since we're in November. And I just spent October doing Christmas. So I just decided I would do something a little different. And I think this goes along really well with our month of November. So I think it's time already for another. So I just got to bring this in. Y'all can see my tote full of all my adhesives and cutting blades and pins, it looks like. So I just have that in my island. And I'm going to save this because I accidentally bought the whole thing instead of the refills. I thought I was buying the refills, but I guess now I have applicators or whatever you want to call them for my next class. All right, so there's that. And I think I'm going to go ahead. Now, before I put this down, you know what? I'm going to make this pretty simple tonight. There's lots of things we could do, but I do like sponging and splattering. But I think I'm going to keep it pretty clean and simple because I do think I need maybe to do a little bit of stamping and die cutting. I think I'm going to put this down first because I think it'll help me line that paper up a little bit better. Okay, so there's your 2 4x6s, you got 2 3x4s. So tell me in the comments if you've seen the different designer series paper in this collection. What will you be scrapbooking with it? So again, we got the spa, we have the cooking. It looks more like cooking. I guess it's baking too, I think. You could do baking. Yeah, there's rolling pins, and I'm more of chef. I don't know. I was going to say a cooker, but how about I cook more than I bake? I'm not a baker so much. I can do it. I just prefer just to cook. All right, I tuck that down, and I probably shouldn't have quite yet because we got to bring in our flip flap here. I think I want to try. I think I'll put that down and then lay that over top. Yeah, it's going to have to be over top of this. So let me put this down. You could scrapbook about reading, about your favorite books. Maybe you do a book goal every year and you could list all your books that you read for the year. Okay, so I'm going to pull this up, see if I can get up under there. Really just have to pop it up like right there. Actually, I'm just going to pull up the whole thing because I want to show you how I normally do this. I'm trying to decide. I really kind of think I want, maybe I could do Cajun Craze. I don't really want to bring in a different color, so I'll probably, so we're going to do a little modification here real quick because it just looks kind of plain. So let me see if I can not mess this up. So I've got a 3x4. I'm going to cut, I think I can cut like 1/8 of an inch off of each side and we'll be good. So it'll bring it down to 2 3/4 inches. Rotate and do the exact same thing this way. And this will give us like a 1/4 inch yeah, right there. And now let me find a scrap. I need some Cajun Craze two-tone cardstock. So I'm going to grab my two-tone regals and neutrals. And see, I can easily, let me find a good size. I don't have to cut down too much. I can probably get it off right there. And this is why I'm loving my new scrap storage. Love it. Because I've been going to it and using it before I cut into a new big piece. Okay, so I just cut that down to 3x4. And then any scraps I have, I just tuck them right back in there. And then I can put it right back on my shelf. It's right behind me. And I mean, this is just the best organization thing I've ever come up with, I think. And I desperately needed something for my scraps instead of Ziploc baggies full of scraps. All right. So this, yes, this is going to be much better. It's more like 1/8 of an inch all the way around. So not as wide as that one. Now, I think I'll take this. I'm putting adhesive on the back because I'm gonna put it on here so it's upside down, but then it's also glued to the back of there, and it'll all go in straight. So now I can slide this back in here, bring in a little bit more color. That's exactly what I needed. And then when I flip it up, there's the Zen. Here's that photo that's going to be on the bottom. So I take it, I've already got adhesive on it. Y'all saw me put that on earlier. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to line this up so I can't see it from behind. So I can't see it really. And I can hold this down. So there's that little adhesive that goes right there. Peel that backing strip off, and then this piece is like super sticky. So you also want to make sure you have plenty of adhesive. That's the one that's not got any in it. So this one. Okay, just want to make sure I have adhesive on there. I don't know if you can even see it. Nope, not really. And then probably could kind of hold this up like this, get it positioned in here like that, go down, and then press that right on there. I like to put my flip flaps right on my pages, and then when I put them into my albums, I will cut a slit in my page protector, feed this through it so it's on the outside, and so it's protected. And you can still flip and see what all is there. All right, coming together. And now we're going to, I don't know that we're going to do, I just don't know if I'm going to do any stamping. I may just play with a lot of these little elements. So let's bring those out. So I know I'm going to I think I'm going to put that right there. It's like a little shelf. And these little, I could put them on top or tuck them under to where they're like sitting right on there. I don't know. We'll see. I may pop it up just to give some dimension. And we've got our letters that we got to get out of here, but let's pull everything out. So this is just a white fern something. So I've got to have a couple of elements. That probably don't want that too close over here, so it might work over here somewhere. We'll see. And here's some of the greenery we might want to put around. Not sure about this piece. Also, I don't have another shelf necessarily, but there is a little tea. I didn't have any tea. That kind of goes with the spa day, so I don't know. We'll see if I want to do something like that. I didn't put the date on here, so I need a place for the date. So this might be a good choice. And it might work and be helpful to have that up here somewhere. Of course, it would also kind of hold this. We just got to figure out kind of how to do it. I'm not sure I'm crazy about that piece. I'm not sure that I need, I don't know, we'll stick it over here to see. And then I'll pull out my title here in 1 second. I feel like this might be nice up here somewhere. Maybe I can kind of overlap it, bring these down a little bit more, and put up here to make kind of a bigger focal point. And maybe I can set this down here. I have a little bit of my title that's going to go right here. And where am I going to bring? Don't think I need the green down here because we got a lot of green going on. This is like garden green, so I don't know if maybe one over here coming outside. Just, can anybody tell me what that is? I'm not sure. I'm thinking I might tuck it under something. The little scallops are cute, so we'll see about that here in just a second. Maybe I was still kind of playing around. This I feel like might be a little too bright. Unless, I wonder if I tucked it under and just let it to bring out some more green. There's this one. I don't know if I'll do that. So we've got lots of white going on up here. It's a little bit more green. Might be pretty sticking out here with, yeah, something like that maybe. Maybe this will, needs to, I'm not sure how much room I need for my title. Maybe I don't do that at all, but maybe. Let me bring out my title and see what. I don't think I want it like up here. No. Tell me what you think about this and how I would do it. If you have any ideas, I'd love to hear them. I don't always know what I'm doing. Okay, next, our title. Let's see if we've got all the words here. And let me refresh my memory on what the title was actually going to be. Relax. I have to push that. I was thinking I would do it way over here. I'm going to lay it out and then we'll get it adhered on. Decided to use, let me get my tweezers. Early espresso cardstock. So again, I just pulled some scraps out. Is anyone still here? Everybody's so quiet. I'm not seeing messages. Relax. I need an X. All right, so relax, renew, restore. I got a few little dots, periods that I could put. So kind of like a sentence. Chat GPT, help me with this. Renew. Looking to see, I think I have an extra E because that one I messed up a little bit. And relax, renew. And there's another period. Something like that. And restore. This one's a little bit longer. I think I might put it up high. And then we'll position that where, I don't know, some of these other letters must have fell on the floor while I was cutting them. So I'm like, I don't think I need a Z. Of course, Zen, I could do Zen. Restore. I don't need a C. So yeah, I must have dropped some. So maybe I had all the letters I needed. Restore. The E and another period. A bit of visual of how this all looks. So tiny, it's hard to get them. I think it's upside down. There we go. Couldn't get up underneath it. Maybe I'll cut it off and put a little, it'll just stick out from underneath there or something. Because we have scallop, so now we need some more scallop. So I think that's what I'll do. All right, what do y'all think? I think I'm going to keep it pretty simple like this tonight. And I think I'm not going to worry about stamping and die cutting and all that. So let's just get these on here. So I want my silicone mat, which is, what did I do to that? Oh, I know what I did. I got to be careful. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can clean this up because I forgot I used some Versamark on it. Let's see if I can wipe this off. I like using my silicone mat to do my letters. Now it's just making a mess. So let me grab some scratch paper. And I'll bring this over and I'm going to flip it upside down. I think I should be safe. Let's see. Jasper went out and now Jasper's coming in. Okay, so I am just going to, so this will take a minute. Where's my tweezers? But I just prefer to do them like this. So really now we just have to layer everything down and add some embellishments. And we'll be done. And this will be a no stamping page, which is certainly okay to do on occasion. Just makes it a little easier. So this reminds me a little bit more of like a workshop kit page. It should come together pretty easily for you if you want to recreate it. And I think Jeff said what he is having to work on with his drumming is drills. He has to do drills. So he's a drummer. He's a really good drummer. Been drumming in the praise band for quite a few years now. He has another opportunity though. So he's doing some official training to maybe expand. Hey, Jennifer. Everybody's so quiet tonight. Probably everybody's doing something, multitasking. Do you have any spa or massage photos or stories you would scrapbook? Or it could just be like beauty and skincare, self-care that you do at home. If you have little girls, maybe you're do something with them. I think I have photos of Caitlin, my oldest daughter, with she would have birthday parties between Christmas and New Year's because her birthday was December 29th. And we would invite 6 to 8 girls over for a slumber party and do all kinds of fun stuff. And I know we did some self-care stuff, so this would be fun to even scrapbook some of that. I'm just kind of in the mode. I've scrapbooked my kids all through their lives. You know, not every photo, but I have some of all of them, a lot of all of them. I'm not a chronological scrapper because I think I would get bored scrapbooking like that. And over the years, since I've been a demonstrator with Close to My Heart and now Stampin' Up, I have learned to look for photos that go with the collection that I want to highlight. You know, since it's more like a business, if I ever stop the business, then I guess it would be I'd have enough scrapbook material to scrapbook the rest of my life. All right, I think I got that pretty straight. Something fun and different. I love this. Okay. And then now the dog wants to go out. My goodness. Good thing the door is literally right behind me. Okay, so I'm going to pop this stuff, at least this up, I think. I wonder if I should. I think I'm just going to adhere this straight down. And then I'm going to put this down too, so that I'll bring it in a little bit. I think it's going to go something kind of like that. I'm going to pop this up. Whew, I'm warm. This Texas weather cannot decide what it's going to do. We had some low 30s in the mornings a week or two ago. Well, Jasper wants to come and visit now. You can't be up here right now, Betty. 1 second while I remove him. I know. He'll probably keep jumping up here. That's his mode of operation. Where was I? There it was. And I'm going to put this I'm just going to tack this down. And what was I sharing? I'm going to put it about right there in the center. Right side of. Kind of want to put it just like that so it looks like it's sitting on top of the shelf. So I think that'll work right there. Forgot what I was talking about. It's not coming to me. I want to do it that way, probably this way. I think I want this to come over a little bit more. So let's pop it up just a smidge and move it over. I just didn't want too much of that covered up. There, I like that. There, all kind of touches. I think that'll work. And then, let me see. I only want that right there. I'm going to kind of like center it right between those photos. And I don't think I have anything that I could like stick in the middle, so I wonder if I want maybe this to come out from underneath there. Do you like it this way or better over there? I feel like yeah, I think it might work. It's a little different, but I'm going to just do it like that. And bring it, even though it's kind of white on white, it gives it a little something, and then I'll pop this up. So and I guess I'll just like it sitting on this ledge right here, whatever. That'll work. All right, I'm gonna stretch my back a little bit. I was fine until right when I started, my back started hurting. Okay, so this one, scissors. All right, I need to move some, I don't need that. There we go, just so I can see my screen. So I think I'm gonna cluster this on top of there just for something fun. See how it's kind of off center? Let's kind of fix that. I'm just gonna cut around these sides to make them all about the same, because that's kind of bugging me. Looks much better now. I don't care about this sitting on anything, so I think I'll just glue it down. I'm going to grab this too, because it's going to come out from behind, I think. Maybe kind of like that. I'll do it right along the point there. And these can get popped up. I think I need some miniature ones. Kind of the same thing. There's just a lot of, I'm gonna go right Might even cut that side a little bit. Take off a little bit of that white. There, it's a little bit better. I think I'll put it there. This one, see if I have some mini dimensionals hiding in here. Couple. So I'll put one there and there. There, we'll just let it go out that way. And then I think I'm gonna let this come right over here underneath, and that'll bring in our scallops that we were talking about. Probably should have cut off the bottom, but oh well. So I don't know if I'll probably just end up using the scallops. Yeah, it's kind of like a little tab. Okay. I think all we need, I don't think I need any of the ribbon. This is something cool you could have done, but could have added an extra element like that, but I don't think I'm going to. I don't think we need any bows. What about, just trying to think of some different ways maybe I could incorporate it. I'm gonna do my scissors, but I am wrapping it up, just FYI. So just some different ways you can use some ribbon. You can either do it that way. Let's see. Definitely won't go right there, but probably not. I'm just going to do a few pieces and see what I think. Sometimes it might just needs a little bit of something extra, but I'm not sure what. Now, if they're shorter, maybe. I just have to trim them down. I don't think so. I think we got enough green going on. So let's finish off with some dots, and we're gonna call it done. Okay. Probably I'm thinking the desert, not the desert sand. That was close to my heart. Pecan pie. That'll just bring in another little bit of color. And there is pecan pie that's kind of in between pecan pie and crumb cake, I think. So let's do that. Let's do a few. I'm just going to do two at first and see if I want to come back with another one. I'm doing the big ones and not the little ones. Don't want to do it right around there, so I guess, whoops. You can go crazy with your embellishments if you want and add a whole bunch of them. Sometimes I just think less is more. Trying to decide. I think down here. I think that's good because we have the brown over here. Okay, that's it. I think that's all I'm going to do. Keep it super simple tonight. All right, so Hobby Haven, that's what this suite of products is called. It's available now through my online store. You can get the full suite collection for $77.50 or buy products individually. The designer series paper is $16.50. It's a little more than just our normal designer series paper packet because it has the 2 sheets of the punch outs. Then we have the stamps, Creative Haven stamp set. I did not use that tonight. I haven't even gotten it yet. I'm debating back and forth whether to do it. And then there's the Creative Haven dies. I was going to use those, but I didn't really need them. And the Earthy Matte dots, along with that garden green 1/8 inch chevron ribbon. So I pretty much stuck to all those minus the bundle because we didn't do any stamping tonight. So if you're watching the replay and you've gotten this far, be sure to let me know what you would scrapbook with this collection. And over the course of the next 2 weeks, I think, I will be sharing maybe 3 weeks if I do a recording for Thanksgiving. It'll be Thanksgiving on the 27th here in the States, but my plan is to go live on the 13th and the 20th, showing you more ideas to use with this suite collection. And so one of them will probably let me know what your favorite themes are. We've got the spa day. We've got, again, the books, cooking, quiet time. I'm definitely going to do this one. And probably the cooking. If I do a 4th week, I will do the books because we do have a lot of books. I just don't sit down and read that much anymore, though. I listen to Audible books a lot, so maybe I could just share my favorite Audible books, and then you could share that with me as well. So, all right. Thanks so much for joining me. Be sure to check out my website at passionateaboutscrapbooking.stampinup.net. And you can check out all the new products. We also have 2 new kits that are available, and they're super fantastic. One's really pretty. The other one's really cute. And those are, I forget what we call them, but they have everything in them that you need to create the cards that are featured. So you get, if there's stamps involved, you'll get a little acrylic block to go with that, along with an ink pad. So lots of fun things to do that aren't necessarily Christmas or holiday related, because the November online exclusives are more kind of a generic theme this time around. But we still have all our holiday products available as well. Some are out of stock. They'll be coming in the next week or two. The 17th and 24th were the days, I think, that I saw the weeks that would be, they'll be adding the products back. So if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for joining me tonight. I appreciate you all, and God bless you all. Have a great evening. Have a great rest of the week, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye.